Hi all, I've been away for a couple of weeks now, and I wanted to give you an update on what's going on with TFT and also what's been happening with me and the channel going forward. First, let's start off talking about the new set. It's being released on the 8th of June with patch 12.11, and there has been a fair amount of teasers and leaks that we will cover in this video. The set will be dragon themed, and there will be clans fighting against each other. So far, 1 champion has been revealed and 8 others have been leaked, in addition to a couple of the synergies also being leaked. Alawi was the only revealed and confirmed champion, and her ability looks pretty insane as you can see in the video. Now moving on to the leaks, the first image we can see shows one of these synergies called Dragon Clan. I suppose this is one of the many clans we will be seeing, as the theme is based around different clans fighting against each other, and this synergy reminds me a lot of the Innovator, Abomination, and Cultist synergies from set 6, 5, and 4. Considering this theme is around dragons and cults, I would assume that other cult synergies will also summon other champions that are dragon-like, but this is not confirmed by Riot and is also subject to change. The first league champion is Lee Sin, and this is the only champ where we got information about his ability. He will slam the ground and deal a bunch of damage, which sounds a lot like the set 5 version of Lee Sin. He is also an assassin, so this reminds me a little of Kayn from set 4 as well, where he would jump to the backline and deal a bunch of AoE damage to take down enemy carries. We don't have information about the rest of the League Champion's abilities, but the next one up is Yasuo. His other synergy is No Record. Not sure if that's because it's yet to be named or if it's just called that. It's the first time Yasuo is a 4-cost carry though, making him the first champion in TFT to have been a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-cost champion. Looking at the logo of the synergy though, he will likely be able to dash from target to target, or do a large AoE knockup with his ultimate. Speculating on his ability has me a little excited, and I can see him being a fun 4-cost carry to play around. Next up is Volibear, who is a 4-cost tank. He is a brawler and will most likely be a tanky champion with an AoE CC ability, much like Sejuani from set 4, or a nerfed version of the set 5 Volibear, who was a 5-cost. Mortdog, who's the lead developer for TFT, has stated during set 5 that, in retrospect, he thought Volibear's ability would fit much better as a 4-cost, so I would almost be surprised if that is not his ability in set 7. Next up is Thresh, and he is going to be a keeper and a vanguard. Vanguard works exactly the same as bodyguards in set 6, you gain armor and a shield based on how many of them you have, although you do not taunt. Keeper is a reprint synergy from set 4, it gives a shield to adjacent allies from the Keeper, and it also makes the shield even larger if Keeper units are adjacent to other Keeper units. As for his ability, Thresh will most likely throw down his lantern to shield allies, or he will hook the farthest away champion. Next up is Set. His ability tells me very little, although the name Sanctioneer means someone who is enforcing sanctions on others. Most likely this will be named something along the lines of Punisher, as the word is directly translated from Chinese from what I can tell. This ability is most likely similar to Slayer from set 4.5, where the champions dealt additional damage and healed based off the damage dealt. Next up is Kaisa. She is a mage, which in previous sets means that you can cast your ability twice when the synergy is active. It was a really cool synergy, especially if you got a mage emblem on a non-mage unit, so I'm really excited to see this return. Her ability will most likely be her current ability in set 6, only a lot weaker, or it will be her orb thing that she shoots across the map in League. That's what I'm predicting at least. Next up is Brand. He is a Soul Eater. Not sure what this means, but he will most likely take something away from enemy teams. It could be similar to Demons from set 1, where you would steal mana from enemy champions you auto-attacked, or it could be similar to Mana Reaver from set 3, where you would apply Mana Reave to an enemy champion you auto-attacked, much like the current item Shroud of Stillness. His ability is most likely the same as in this set, and every other set he's been in, where he shoots 1 ball of magic damage at a champion. Next up is Karma. She's also a Guardian. Just looking at the symbol, it most likely has to do with buffing up adjacent units. This makes her sound like a support champion that uses her shield ability as well. Since she is a 1-cost, the shield ability will obviously be a lot weaker than it was in set 2 and 3 if they are reprinting her. That was all the champions and synergies that were leaked. The set mechanic has not yet officially been revealed, but the developers have said it will be very similar to Hextech augments from set 6 and 6.5. How much it will change depends, but take a look at this clip from the lead developer.
And this is your spoiler for the day, for those of you that showed up for the first game, is that the thing we're working on for set 7, I think will make a lot of people who miss Armory happy. And I also think it'll do it in a healthier, more interesting way. So that's what you get.
Here he states that if you liked armories from set 5, you will enjoy what's coming in set 7. What I take from this is that you will likely mix augments and armories together into one system, where you can pick a number of different options that will affect the way you play the game. There is one last clip of the developers teasing the new set, and I'll play that now.
Tiniest hint for set 7?
It's going to be vague, but this is the best I can give you. We've said set 7 is dragons, and I think there's going to be some large changes, and I think it'll show us how much we treasure you. So,
there you go. I'm not 100% sure what he means by this, but the large changes he is referring to is most likely the Dragon Clan where you're summoning a soul, and that is the so-called large change. Most likely, this means that we will be summoning more large champions with the other clans as well. As for the "it will show you how much we treasure you" part, I have no idea how to read into that, but I think they might be hinting on the fact that dragons tend to hoard a lot of golden treasure, so maybe the dragons will spawn a bunch of golden items the first time they spawn or something. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below, as I'm really curious to figure out what they mean by this. Now for a quick channel update, my last video posted was the patch rundown at the end of March. Since then I haven't posted anything. I went home for Easter break and I didn't bring my computer as I needed a break to recharge from both the YouTube grind as well as my university work. This channel blew up with the release of set 6, and I'm thankful for all the support and growth the channel has gotten since then. For long-time watchers of the channel, you would have noticed that my uploads became more consistent as well as there being just more videos overall at that time. I did push it though, posting that many videos while also being a full-time student led to me having little time to do anything else. I wouldn't let myself play other games to force myself to only focus on TFT, which ended up working very well from the channel perspective. If I didn't feel like playing the game, I would be checking out upcoming builds or watching others play to learn more myself. Fast forward a couple of months, and this has ultimately led to me feeling burnt out. On top of this, my current semester in university is a lot harder and more time consuming than my last one. Ultimately, this has made me have less time to make TFT videos, while also feeling less motivated to make them overall. I will also note that I'm not the biggest fan of the mid-set expansion with set 6.5, and this has made me even less motivated to make videos. I think 6.5 is average at best when compared to other ones, but most of it is probably just me being burnt out after having played a ton of set 6.0. But I did ask all of you in a community post, and most of you agree with my opinion, so I'm not alone at least. Moving forward, I will be taking a break until set 7 comes out, which will be released on the 8th of June with patch 12.11. I need this to recharge and focus on my exams, and have also been missing playing other games than TFT from time to time. I've been getting back into Age of Empires 2 recently, and I also really enjoyed playing through the new Borderlands game called Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Generally, I think the break will be the best for me in the channel. Sorry to the people that rely on my guides for LP, but I promise to come back stronger with set 7. It releases a couple of days after my last exam, so I have a ton of time to grind PB to be prepared for its launch. So thank you all for watching, and I also want to give a special shout out to the people that reached out to check that everything was okay due to me not uploading. I love you all, and see you all on the 8th of June.